How to remove moles naturally. Moles are the small spots on the skin that are formed by the buildup of a pigment called melanin. They can eliminate with various methods, but everything depends on whether or not you are sure if their nature is carcinogenic or not malignant. Here, we'll let you know how to remove moles naturally at home. Most moles are not malignant, and the inconvenience they present is usually just an aesthetic issue. These moles can raise or flat, and their appearance is variable, and new moles can appear due to sun exposure and hormonal fluctuations. Causes of moles: there are hairs, soft or rough texture. They can elevate or flat, of birth or arising between 20 and 30 years, a period in which most of these pigmentations appear. Several factors favor their development, and then we enlist them. 1. Hormonal fluctuations. The effect of hormones regulates the body. Not only do they affect our mood and weight, but they can also be related to the skin, specifically with the appearance of moles, spots, and freckles. A favorable stage for the appearance of these traits is pregnancy, because, during these 9 months, women live the activation of hormones known as estrogens, which allow the growth of the uterus to adapt to the development of the fetus. Also, they make the dermis more sensitive to the hyperpigmentation that gives rise to the moles, so their appearance increases during the gestation period. 2. Sun exposure. One of the most widespread yearning in summer is to escape to a beach and sunbathe lying in the sand, facing the sea. However, damage to the ozone layer makes exposure to the sun more and more dangerous, because our skin is exposed directly to UV rays. Exposure to the sun can lead to the origin of circular pigmentation. Those of this type represent a risk to health because they can be manifestations of skin cancer. So it is essential to use protection by staying under the sun and see a doctor if we see that more spots appear. 3. Genetics. If you have moles on your nose like your dad, mom or grandparents, blame genetics. You can also identify a malignant mole when it generates itching, crusting, and bleeding, or when you have skin wounds that do not heal after a significant time. If you rule out all these symptoms, you can perform these 100% natural treatments to remove moles naturally at home. How to remove moles naturally. 1. Apple cider vinegar. Due to its high content of natural acids, it is one of the most effective treatments to erase moles naturally. How to use. Soak a piece of the cotton pad in apple cider vinegar (ACV) and place it on the mole. Let it act with an adhesive strip in place for a whole night, and repeat the procedure until the mole disappears completely. If you notice that the mole gets worse the first few days, calm down, it is part of the process. 2. Garlic. Garlic contains a large number of enzymes that help to eliminate the accumulation of cells. You must first disinfect the mole area to rule out a possible infection. How to use. Crush a garlic clove, and the rest of the procedure should be the same as apple cider vinegar. Remember to repeat the same process every night until it disappears completely. It will probably come off in just 1 week. 3. Honey. Honey is ideal for reducing the dark color of a mole and for eliminating it. It is a product that has many benefits for the skin, as long as it is pure and natural. How to use. Apply a small amount of organic honey on the mole, and cover it with gauze, so it does not slip or get wasted. Perform this procedure twice a day to achieve greater effectiveness. It is recommended to do it in the morning and at night. 4. Onion. Onion is another of the inputs used to remove moles from the skin, and it is as easy to get as others. Its natural juices help to decrease the concentration of pigments that form the mole. How to use. Blend the onion and obtain the juice, then spread it on the mole. Perform the same treatment as with the others. But be careful to apply it close to the eyes and eyelids. 5. Castor oil. The method that may be less aggressive for the skin is castor oil, since its application does not cause redness or worsen the area at first. However, the main drawback of this remedy is that it takes much longer to remove the mole from the skin. How to use. First, mix a little castor oil with half a teaspoon of baking soda in a glass. Stir well until obtaining a homogeneous mixture. Apply it on the mole, gently massaging the area. Let the mixture dry naturally and repeat this action twice a day, in the morning and at night. Do it at least for a month or month and a half to notice the effects. 6. Banana peel. In addition to removing moles naturally, it is an excellent skin moisturizer and will not have an adverse reaction in the surroundings. How to use. Take a banana peel and place it on the moles with the inner part on the skin. Repeat every day, always at night. Do not rinse. 7. Aloe vera. A less aggressive way to remove moles from the skin is through aloe vera, which decreases the pigmentation of the moles without causing skin lesions. How to use. Place a little of the aloe gel on the affected area and seal it with a band-aid long enough for the skin to absorb the gel, which also provides a pleasant sensation of freshness in the skin. This process can repeat as many times as you want until you achieve the right result. 8. Pineapple juice. The pineapple can also be our perfect ally to remove moles naturally. To achieve this, have half pineapple juice on hand. It should be fresh pineapple because it contains more citric acid than if it were a prefabricated juice or canned pineapple. How to use. Submerge a piece of cotton in the juice of the pineapple and place it on the mole. Let it act throughout the night. It can repeat several times a day, at least 2, until erasing the mole. If you do not have fresh pineapple at home, you can replace it with sour apples, lemons or grapefruit. 9. Incense oil. Another way to eliminate moles is by using incense oil. Its astringent properties are the perfect remedy to erase moles from the skin. How to use. Mix 4 tablespoons of olive oil and 1 of incense oil in a glass. Stir and apply it in the mole. Let it act on it for about 2 hours. Repeat this action twice a day until you see that the mole begins to whiten. Note: the only disadvantage is that this type of oil can cause skin irritation. If this happens, it is advisable to replace this remedy with any of the above. 10. Baking soda. Make a paste using a small spoon of baking soda and mixing it with 2 drops of castor oil. Put the paste on the mole you want to make disappear and let it act throughout the night. Repeat the process every night until the mole disappears.